Hello everyone. You are watching NZTech. Today I am going to show you how to build a custom $300 PC which not only gives 60 plus FPS in most AAA titles but also provides as a decent video editing workstation. Let's take a look at the parts. Most of the parts are from AliExpress as it ships almost to anywhere and is mostly in stock. I will give a few alternative to some parts as part prices may be cheaper in different countries, for example PC cases are much cheaper in local shops than online nowadays. Alright, the first part is our processor which I have chosen as a combo set included with a RAM and motherboard. The processor chosen is an Intel Xeon E5 2640 paired with 16 GB of DDR3 1600 MHz of RAM. It has 6 cores and 12 threads, a base clock of 2.5 GHz and turbo up to 3.0 GHz. The price for this combo set is $102.99 US. As it has 6 cores and 12 threads, CPU-intensive applications and games will utilize all cores and threads to provide a lag-free experience. This will be an entry-level processor for editing as well as gaming. Well, the next part is the graphics card. I recommend an AMD RX 570 as it is a very well-known budget card for quite some time now. It has a processor base clock of 1168 MHz with boost up to 1244 MHz and a memory clock of 1750 MHz. It is available in 4GB and 8GB variants. It can be found for around $100 to $200 US on eBay or AliExpress. Look out for a good deal as we don't want to exceed the budget. If you would like to save some bucks, you can alternatively buy a GTX 960 for under $100 US with a significant decrease in speed. I strongly recommend to get an RX 570 though. Next is storage. I have chosen 2 SSDs for you. While one is 256 GB of SATA, the other is 128 GB of M.2. The SATA SSD offers more storage than the M.2 at the same price of $26.13 US on AliExpress. These Chinese SSDs will do just fine though according to reviews. You may be able to find a better offer from a more known brand at your local store or an Amazon, so do check around for that. Alternatively, you can stick to a mechanical HDD and get around a terabyte of storage for about $30 US. Again, it is completely your choice. For power supply, I have gone with an Thermaltake TR2 430-watt power supply for $30 US. The PC requires at least 380 watts to run properly according to calculations. Do check around because there has been a lot of offers for power supply recently. Our last component is the case. I have not listed any cases as I have told earlier that the price of cases have hiked recently and it would be better to check around locally for a case that matches your remaining budget. Now for benchmarks. As you can see by this gameplay by Cyber Benchmark, almost all the popular AAA games are running at decent 60 plus FPS at 1080p. This processor can almost be compared to a Ryzen 5 3600. Almost. Note that the Xeon is slower than it, but when paired with a similar GPU the difference in FPS is marginal. This processor hugely keeps up in video editing and rendering thanks to its 6 cores and 12 threads. This build is comparatively way better than paying $269 US for just a Ryzen 3400G. Here is a comparison between Ryzen 3400G's Vega 11i GPU and RX 570. Also the Intel Xeon E5 2640 versus Ryzen 3400G. The Xeon suffers from Ryzen 5 on single-core benchmarks due to lower clock speeds but shreds in multi-core. Since the system will utilize all cores, you can get a better performance than the Ryzen 3400G. Thank you for watching the video. If the video helped you, please give it a thumbs up, and if you would like to see more content like this, please do consider subscribing to my channel.